Hello, welcome. I hope you all are doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind, or maybe there's a group of people on your mind, or just maybe people in general. But what do they say about you? Okay, what are they saying about you? We have three groups for you to choose from. Group 1, the Rainbow Moonstone. Group 2, the Black Obsidian. And Group 3, the Fusite Crystal. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3, what are they saying about you? Okay. Feel free to pause the video if you do need a minute to choose your group, but I will see you guys in your readings. Hey, welcome. If you've chosen the first group, the Rainbow Moonstone, then this reading is for you. The person or people on your mind, what are they saying about you? We have Ace of Swords and King of Wands, both in reverse, and we also have the Eight of Swords in the upright position. Alright, so what they're saying at the moment is that they're not going to speak to you moving forward, that they're going to maybe wait for you to say something, wait to see how things unfold, see how the situation plays out. They say that you guys don't really know how to talk to each other in an effective way. Like they say, you mainly don't know how to communicate in a healthy way. So they don't really, so when you guys do talk, it doesn't work. Maybe you guys butt heads. But overall, like they do tell people that you guys are horrible to each other, or you guys can be horrible to each other. They've been saying that you're aggressive. This could be aggressive when you're talking, or it could be like actual acts of aggression. But for a lot of you here, it does feel like they more so mention that you are aggressive when you talk. They tell people you don't know how to keep calm, like you don't know how to just chill out. That it makes it difficult to be around you, makes it difficult to talk to you, makes it difficult to resolve things with you because you are just so, in their perspective anyway, like so explosive, Like they say, you really don't know how to listen, and it really does make it difficult. They've been saying that you've been making one bad decision after the other. Like they do tell people that they've tried to help you, but they can't help you because you aren't logical, you aren't realistic about certain things. They say you're intimidating when you feel insecure or when you feel intimidated yourself. They do mention not trusting you. They tell people that you don't have long-term vision, like maybe long-term goals, or like you have goals, but you don't have the long-term vision to like kind of see it through. So yeah, they also say that they are afraid of where your life might end up if you keep giving your attention to the wrong things and the wrong people. Like they are worried about where that will lead you. They do say they can't talk to you because you'll try to bait them into an argument. Like they can't talk to you because you're manipulative. Like when, how can you have a conversation with someone who is manipulative? Like even if you're not manipulative, like that could just be how they kind of perceive it. But yeah, it feels like they kind of mention that you like to argue, you like to create problems with people. They say you don't like to resolve conflict, that you're stubborn and you can't let things go. And they do kind of say that they haven't done anything to make you act the way you do towards them. They say you need to stop acting on emotion, that you need to stop being so impulsive. Like they feel if you kind of continue in this direction, you are gonna end up alone. Or that's what they tell people, you will end up alone. So they also tell people that they shouldn't believe anything you have to say about them. They do tell people you're shallow, that you're feeling defeated. This is random, but for some of you here, or just one person, I don't know. I've never actually gotten this message before as well. Like, but for some of you, they tell people you're racist. Okay. They tell people you're up and down, that you aren't reliable. They mention that you're not ambitious, that you don't have many goals, or you don't kind of like seek to better yourself, or like if you have goals, like you're not really motivated in terms of achieving, those goals. They say you're frustrated, but you don't do anything about it. You rarely try to help yourself. They do mention you being too reliant on other people. They do say that you are controlling of yourself, that you do put yourself in a box, that you're almost creating a prison for yourself, and that you expect other people to do it to themselves because you do it to yourself. They also say that you do, in their opinion, like you do have silly or unrealistic expectations, and so they also kind of mention that you may not feel comfortable or confident in your body as well, or just with where you are at in life right now. Like that's their perspective on the whole thing. But that's all that's coming through though for those of you who chose this group. I'm sorry if it's not what you wanted to hear, but I do hope it could be helpful and make sense, and I'm wishing you guys the best. All right, take care. What up? I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for joining me. If you've chosen the second group, the Black Obsidian, then this reading could be for you. The person on your mind, what do they say about you? We have Seven of Wands upright, King of Pentacles upright, and we have Two of Pentacles upright as well. Nice. Alright, so they do tell people that your relationship to them has been a bit of a roller coaster. Like it has been a bit up and down. But you guys are definitely on a high right now. Like you guys are definitely in a good place. They do talk about you being protective over a few things: a person, yourself, what you've built, your home, your integrity as well. They do say that for the most part, you are a no bullshit kind of person. They say you're blunt to the point, but not in a way where it's offensive, or they can at least tell that that is not your intention behind you being quite direct, They do talk about you being successful in something that you do. This feels like it is in a few different areas, like successful in terms of your family or education or your home life, your career, or fitness, or creativity. Like it feels like it is in a lot of different areas that they do think you are successful, But yeah, they say that you aren't afraid to fight for what's right and what's important to you. They do tell people you set yourself apart from other people, but they kind of say it in a way where it's like you've not intentionally set yourself apart from other people. like they not in a way where you've kind of put yourself on a pedestal, like, but they feel like you set yourself apart from other people because that's what they've done to you. Like they've isolated you, they've kind of maybe not made an effort with you. So yeah, they do think or tell people that other people have set themselves apart from you. Like people leave you out, but they also mention that you look good as hell, sexy as hell, strong as hell, and powerful, standing alone. So even though people have kind of set themselves apart from you, it's like they've kind of like done you a favor in doing that. Like these people weren't good enough for you anyway, right? um so yeah, they do say that certain rejections that you have faced was protection. Rejection is protection. So that's the kind of vibe that they have, like the people who have rejected you. It was a blessing for you. But anyways, so they do mention you being very affectionate, caring, and loving to them and to a few other people. Like they definitely feel like you're what's that word? Selective in who you kind of show that side of yourself to. Um, so they could also say that you're not comfortable or confident talking about something. Like there could be something that you're just not comfortable talking about. Um, but this could be about talking about a truth, talking about a secret, talking about something that's hidden. It feels like whatever this is, let me see, could be talking about something dark, but whatever it is, it feels like they say like you don't even want to entertain it, like you don't even want to have a conversation about it, right? So they say that maybe certain things with you are just kind of off limits, like certain conversations are off limits. For some of you though, they could tell like one person. It doesn't feel like they say this to everyone, but they tell one person that you are in denial. I don't know what this denial could be about. It could be very different for each of you. Yeah. But yeah, so they also say that you aren't as defensive as you used to be. And that when you were defensive in the past, that you were defensive for a reason. But they kind of notice that the more they get to know you, they realize that you're not actually very defensive at all. They say that you are mature, you're a great parent, if any of you are parents. They do tell people you carry a lot, but you're good at it or you manage it well. For some of you, they tell people they think you're maybe jealous of them or jealous of something that they have. Do you know what? They in terms of the whole jealousy thing, it feels like someone told them that you're jealous of them, but they don't necessarily think you are jealous of them, but they have heard from other people that you could be, you know? But yeah, they tell people you've gotten to know each other more, but they kind of don't want to rush when it comes to you two. They don't want to move too fast, get close to you too quickly. They say that they respect you for the most part and they do feel a little protective over you as well. They do tell people that you are a serious kind of person, but you're also open to trying new things. They mention that you've had to fight to get to where you are today. Like, they do tell people they like you, they're enjoying getting to know you. They do tell people you stand your ground, you don't back down easily or at all, especially if you know you're right, but you also know when to walk away. Like, you won't waste your time talking to or arguing with a person that's like a brick wall, you know. They do say other people were in competition with you, but you won, wink wink. Even though you aren't competitive or they don't perceive you that way, they feel like you still won, you know. They do tell people you don't entertain the opinions of other people, that you're courageous as well, you're patient, you're hardworking, and you don't do things half-assed. They say that you experience a lot of conflict with people, but it's not your intention. Like, you don't start stuff with people, you don't cause it, but people cause trouble with you, or that's how they feel, you know, because they feel people cause trouble with you because they feel uncomfortable around you, they feel intimidated by you. It's like they see people as trying to find a problem with you, like they want a problem with you. So um so yeah, for that reason they do feel like you experience a lot of conflict. They don't say this to people, but they have noticed that people could be jealous of you, and that's another reason that they do feel uncomfortable and try to isolate you or not give you a chance or kind of leave you out. But they also mention that you stay true to yourself regardless. So yeah, they also say that you're either being put in a position to have to defend yourself, and that even though you don't want to be in that position, you make yourself heard regardless of who's trying to silence you. Like, that's what they say, and that's how they perceive you. But yeah, they say you're ambitious. They say you're motivated to reach your goals. They do tell people it seems like you have very big aspirations. They also say that they don't know if something significant or serious will manifest between the two of you guys. But they say that you guys really do have a lovely connection, friendship, relationship. They also mention you having more masculine qualities. It feels like they say, or this is something that they would just like to see you, you know, softer, or kind of, you know, feel comfortable to be softer and, you know, stuff like that, and more feminine. But yeah, that's all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it can make sense. But I'm wishing you guys the best, alright? Please take care. Okay, if you've chosen the third group, the Fuse Site Crystal, what do people or the person on your mind say about you? We have Emperor upright, Knight of Pentacles upright, and the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this energy does feel quite similar to the last group. Like, this energy does seem very mature and grounded. Like, the person you're asking about or people you ask about, they do kind of perceive you or say, sorry, that you are quite mature. They do tell people you are a very serious type of person, but you also have a great sense of humor. They do tell people you like to be in charge, or you often find yourself in a position where you have to be in charge. That you are a leader in your own right. They may tell people you don't necessarily like being a leader, or maybe you don't necessarily like being in charge. Maybe you like it, but maybe you're more so in charge because you have to be. Not only do they respect you, but they do think a lot of other people do as well. Similar to the last group, they say you're a no bullshit kind of person, that you're honest and you do not tolerate disrespect, They do say that they think you are very respectful of people. Like, the reason they say think is because you could be different when they're not around or around certain people, or that's like the mentality that they have. But they do generally think you are respectful of people. They tell people that you can be domineering in certain situations and environments because you have to be, For some of you, they also say like the way you show love is quite intense, maybe overwhelming. Like, they tell people that people really like to attach themselves to you. Maybe you come with a lot of benefits, whatever that is. Maybe you're funny, maybe you're good to be around, maybe you're, financially well off, maybe you're supportive. But the person you're asking about, like, they do say that they've noticed people do like to attach themselves to you because of what you offer, or just the type of person you are. They do say that in certain environments, like, you do have a lot of power, you have a lot of pull, you have a lot of influence. They tell people that it seems like from their perspective, you treat people well. But again, they also mention that they don't know for sure. They say you're attractive and you carry yourself extremely well. For some of you, they tell people you can come across arrogant when you're trying to show confidence. They tell people you do seem very secure in yourself. Again, like, they do tell people you're often forced into the position of leader, that, like, in their perspective, they kind of feel you would actually prefer to take a step back. But at the same time, like, if you're not in charge, then things don't run smoothly. Maybe you don't get the results that you want. And, that saying, like, if you want something done right, you might as well do it yourself. And that's how they see you, But they say you're naturally a leader, though. Like, you're naturally authoritative. Like, you're naturally someone people, would choose to follow or choose to listen to, Like, people respect you and respect what you have to say. So, they mention that you do seem happy with where you are at in life right now. They do talk about you having a lot of discipline. They do tell people, or specific people, that they have to be strategic when it comes to you, especially when it comes to them moving with intentions that aren't positive. Like, for a lot of you here, please only take this if it resonates and it makes sense, but it feels like the person you're asking about, like, this person could dislike you, but it feels like they're hiding it because of how other people see you. And, like, other people could put you on a pedestal, like people could talk highly of you, and then there's this person who's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't say this about you because of how much everyone likes you. But it feels like, it feels like they do, like, it feels like there is some, evil eye or something like that coming from this person. Like, the energy just doesn't feel right. Like, this feels like someone who would, hype you up to your face, like they're absolutely lovely to you, in your presence, but, deep down, like, they're seething, when it comes to you for some reason. But anyways, please only take that if it resonates, but I'm feeling that really, really strong, though, if I'm gonna be honest. But they tell people you're established in some way. They tell people you're supportive. They do tell people you're really passionate and that they put a lot of trust in you, that they feel responsible for you as well. Just be careful, though. It feels like if this person had the opportunity to stab you in the back, like, say, for example, like there's a group of people who love you, but if they notice like someone in that group kind of maybe shares similar feelings than they do, it feels like they will kind of like try and rope as much people into disliking you as possible, and you will kind of be baffled because you feel like this person is amazing to you, right? So I don't know, just be careful, you know. It doesn't really feel like at the moment they're planning to stab you in the back, but if the right circumstances presented itself, like they would jump on that shit, you know. But yeah, they tell people you're great at managing finances, that you've helped them financially, or you've kind of helped them get a better grip on their own finances. They tell people you are in a serious relationship. I don't know if, you know, if this is referring to the person you're asking about or referring to someone else, but they do say you're in a serious relationship. But they actually tell people that you aren't loyal to this person. They tell people you're analytical and you're always learning. They do say you seem exhausted, always being the leader, always having to be on point, you know, keep everything straight. Like maybe you're the one to always handle shit, and they kind of feel like you're maybe getting fed up with doing that, or it's just freaking exhausting, you know. But yeah, they say that um, you think the people are or can be, like the people around you are or can be incompetent, and that you often have to pick up other people's slack. But yeah, they also mentioned to someone that they are finding it difficult to overcome certain challenges between you guys. It feels like there is a certain someone or a certain group of people who they do confide that they're still holding onto a grudge when it comes to you. Like they think you know what this grudge is. But it feels like they say to someone, right, they're gonna wait until you're more vulnerable, like until you're in a more vulnerable position. It feels like this person is gonna try to build your trust just to betray it. Like it feels like that's their MO. This person is just waiting for the right opportunity, unfortunately. But please only take that if it resonates. I'm not trying to make anyone here paranoid or anything like that, but that's what's coming through, all right? But yeah, I do hope this reading can make sense. I do hope it could be helpful, and I'm wishing you guys the best, all right? Please take care. Bye.